Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Xbox 360 review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Gears of War Judgement, which if you've never played it before, it is a third-person shooter. It is the fourth game in the series, and it is, as far as I'm concerned, the best franchise to come out this gen. I absolutely adore Gears of War. I bought all the graphic novels, I bought all of the Karen Travis novels, I've read them, I love them, and it's why this game kind of saddens me a little bit, because parts of this game I absolutely love and adore, and parts of it I absolutely can't stand. I'll start with what I usually do. I'll simply mention all the stuff in the menus and the things like that you can do, because it's, from one point of view, got a hell of a lot more to do in it than Gears 3, but in another point of view, it's got barely anything you can do. The stuff that you can, the stuff that's pretty much the same is the stats menu. You've got that, you've got your achievements, you've got your collectibles, of which there's more of them. You've got loads of different ribbons and medals to get. You've got your leaderboards that you can view. You've then, however, got your character set up, which instead of being able to put skins on just 5 weapons, you can now put them on a hell of a lot more than 5 weapons, and you can each have obviously different skins. And as you can see, I've got the skins pack here because at the end of the day I ended up buying that many of the skins last time. I just thought, sod it, I'd go for the skin pack and save myself a bit of money in the long run and get all of them. And it's something that my brother can share when we play split screen, so that was cool. Especially because you also get armour, and the armour's incredibly cool because you can put a different armour on for every character. Some armours are cooler than others, it's all personal preference. This armour, for example, the burning one, I think is probably the coolest one in the game, but I'll never ever wear it because you stick out like a sore thumb, you're visible from space pretty much. It's the type of thing that in a dark gritty game about covering and camouflage, you don't want to stand out. You want to be hiding away, so put something on that makes you a little bit harder to see. Just things like that, really. It's why certain armors you'll probably never use. There's also prize boxes in the game that you can earn from killing things and just being good at the game, which I've saved one back here, and there's different levels of them. Usually though, you just get AXP, but this one I actually unlocked a skin for the Hammerburst, so that's pretty cool. It's one of them that I believe you used to have to pay for last time. The Onyx one, it might have been actually one that you just had to get the highest legendary rank or something, which I never got to because unfortunately I suffered a data wipe and stopped playing the game after about 6 months. Absolutely gutted, so it meant I couldn't wait for this because I was pretty much lost without it. It's something that we could actually play together, me and all my mates. It's something that we all liked, something that we could all play. So when I got the game, I was incredibly disappointed to see just how few modes that existed, just how few maps there were, because there was, for example, you've got Overrun. Now Overrun, if you go back to my Gears of War 3 review, which I doubt anyone will, but I simply said in that there needs to be a humans versus beast mode. There needs to be Horde mixed with beast. And that's exactly what Overrun is. It works really well. Matches can be a little bit long, but it's a good mode. I'm glad it's there. However, you can only play it on 4 maps. It's stupid. You've then got Freefall and Team Deathmatch, which you can play on 4 different maps. So overall you've got 8 maps, but you can't really play them at any point, and I don't understand why that is. It really limits your options. There's then Execution, which has just been added with DLC. Warzone has been found to be on-disc DLC that will be unlocked later on. They're drip-feeding you certain modes, and they've removed other ones, and the ones that they have added aren't as good, because Domination is simply King of the Hill, but with more than 1 point. I absolutely hated it. I personally think it's nothing compared to King of the Hill. They've got rid of Horde mode to instead put survival mode in, and survival mode would be absolutely great if you could actually play more than 10 waves, but that's the one that I'm going to put on now, just simply to show you what I'm on about, because it's kind of like Horde but not. So I'll get onto that when I actually load the game, so here's a cut. But here we go. You've probably just seen there on the map where the enemies are coming from and what you have to protect, and this is what I mean. It's kind of like Horde mode because you get waves and waves of enemies and you've just got to protect. The problem is though, Horde mode, you did it over 50 waves, and it was something that I could play myself on Insane. It was something that I could play with all my mates, and we must have spent 700-800 hours just on Horde mode. It was great for co-op, it was great for just having a laugh with your mates, and it was just a fantastic mode. So survival mode, I thought, well, this is going to work better because you've got a class system and you really do have to work together. The soldier can throw ammo out for people in the form of a grenade. The medic can throw grenades to heal people or herself. The medic is pretty much a beast. She's easily my favourite character, and it's something that it makes a good player amazing, simply being able to throw a grenade, because if you're running into trouble, you can just throw the grenade in front of you, stand in your own health, and you'll just pretty much never go down unless you're fighting something severely impressive like a Serapid or Corpser. It's just one of those things. The medic is awesome. You've got the Scout, who is, to be fair, I think he's called the Scout. He's basically the sniper character. His sniper rifle's pretty good. I quite like that. His ability is he can throw a grenade that allows you to see where enemies are hiding. It's kind of useful, but it's nothing overly impressive. I must admit, I never plays them, and none of my friends ever plays them, because it's something that we just find there's no real point to them. We can do better being able to throw more ammo for each other or more stim grenades. And then you've got Baird, who basically is a mechanic and does mechanic things. He can repair fortifications, and he can quickly build a sentry turret which lasts a few seconds. It's the sort of thing that he would be better if his sentry turrets lasted until they got blown up, but you can only have one out at one time, because it'd probably be far too powerful if you actually could just like keep planting sentry turrets. But because this is almost like a bastardization of Horde mode, you need the ability to build things, and you just don't have it. So once you lose fortifications, then the enemies get in, the enemies blow up the E-hole, you go back, you get pushed back to the next one, you get pushed back to the generator, and you only play the game over 10 waves. It's not something that lasts a long time. It's something that you can burn through stupidly quickly if you're really good with your mates. And because there's such a small map selection, it gets boring fast. Whereas at least with Horde, you could play it on all of the maps, and by the end of the DLC pack you had about 20 maps. It's something that you could keep fresh. Even though me and my friends only frequented about 5 or 6 maps, it still gave us a hell of a lot more to do than survival mode does, and it's just a huge shame, because the gameplay is excellent. The pretty much everything about the game plays so much better than Gears of War 3. The class system is amazing. I absolutely love it. But they've limited their own options. It does feel like this is a rushed half game. It doesn't feel like a full release. It certainly doesn't feel like something you should be paying £40 for. And the season pass at 1600 points may seem cheap, but I have a strong feeling we're going to get a severely reduced amount of content for that 1600 points. So unless they then announce a second season pass where they add Horde mode and they add a hell of a lot of maps and they add, basically make it Gears of War 3.5, because at the moment this kind of feels like Gears of War 1.5. It really is just such a shame that it's rushed. It sounds stupid because it's only a game at the end of the day, but I had so much higher expectations for this, and when I first put it on and I played it and I felt just how great the combat was and how great the class system was, but then I soon started to find there's a lot less to do. The campaign is so much shorter. It's the shortest of all of them, so I'm going to get into that now and actually cut into the campaign to show some of it off. So this is the campaign. You might notice straight away that the setup's a hell of a lot different to previous Gears games and also what I've just been playing there. You no longer have a class system. It's back to the way Gears was. You even also get the ability to active reload, because you might have noticed I was reloading actively in the survival mode but wasn't getting the bullets. I don't know why they've removed it for the likes of survival mode, but it's in the campaign. The star system is the new thing that they've added to try and make the campaign longer, but it kind of feels, because they're still short. Basically, as you're going through the missions, you'll find a huge cog symbol. You'll then activate a mission, it'll do something special. It might be get to here before the time runs out, or kill something with something, or only use these weapons, or just things like that. And it makes it much harder. It's something that you have to do in order to get the extra stars, because you've got to get a certain score during the missions, and if you die, then that's it. You go back to a checkpoint and every death counts against you. There's no arcade mode or anything. It does make it harder, and it is a nice system, but it doesn't make the campaign longer, because yeah, there'll be a few that you'll probably have to try more than once, but as long as you're playing with competent people, or pretty much Gears experts, people who've beat the last 3 games on Insane, you're going to breeze through it. The campaign itself, there's people saying that they can do it in under 6 hours, and then there's a 90-minute unlock afterwards, which there's also people saying, well, it doesn't really last me 90 minutes. It is by far the shortest of the campaigns because the missions themselves are only about 5-10 minutes apiece. It's literally the sort of thing that you'll walk forward, get a bit of story, you'll walk forward, you'll find some enemies, you'll kill the enemy, you'll find the thing that gives you the star rating booster. I can't remember what they're called, something like declassified. You'll activate that, or you'll not activate that, it's a free choice. You'll go through, get to the end of the mission about 2 or 3 minutes later, and that's it, that's the mission done, you're on to the next one. It's an okay system, and it would have been great if the campaign was long enough. It's something that was kind of missing from Gears, giving expert players just a bit more to do, really. And it's the type of thing that if this was on Gears 3, then I would have pretty much called the game a perfect 10, because it would have lifted something as awesome as Gears 3 to the next level. Instead, if you were to remove it from this completely, you'd see just how bad of a campaign it is, just how short it is, and I really do think the story is lacking without Karen Travis. I'm one of her fans. I don't understand why they got rid of her. I read the whole spiel about, oh, she took the series in a way that we didn't want it to go. Whereas meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking, I've just read the 5th and final novel. I've loved every single page of it. The series is what it is. And you're now trying to change it because you're not happy with it, even though it is really a buddy cop type thing. It just makes no sense. I can only assume some bad blood happened and they decided to get rid of her, and you can tell that her vision is basically lacking from the story. Don't get me wrong, a better story I don't think would have made the campaign any better because it still would have been short, but I don't like the way they do it with all the flashbacks and how you see the end of the story and then the beginning of the story, and I've never really liked that. It's like the film Vantage Point, which I absolutely detested, only with Gears of War, so it's immediately better than Vantage Point, I suppose. There's another weird and stupid decision that I don't understand. Split screen. It's still in the game, and you can still play online with random strangers, and you can still play online with your friends, but you can't host anymore. When you're in split screen, you have to be invited. It's weird that they've removed it, because I fail to see the point. I don't know what or who that was hurting. It's just another odd decision in a game full of odd decisions. It's why I pretty much can't see it if I absolutely love this game or hate it, because there's so many things that I think, yeah, this is excellent, but then there's other things I think, and that just pretty much ruins it for me. It's the type of game that I'll still probably play over the year and play with my mates and have some good fun with it, but if I'm honest, since getting it, I think this is the first time I've played it single player, because it's the first time I've bothered to play it single player. If I wasn't doing a review right now, I'd probably never play it on my own, because there's just not enough content to warrant me doing so. The only reason I will have any fun with this is playing with my friends. I don't see how people can justify giving this game 9s and 10s, but at the same time I can't see how they justify giving it 5s. It's better than an average game, but it's not a Gears of War game. It is severely lacking in lots of options, and it is going to take the VIP pass, the season pass, to bring a hell of a lot out of it in order to make it the Gears game that we should have had. You can tell that this is a short game that's had a short development time, and it is a shame. It's got the makings of a great game. It's the gunplay, the exploration, all of that is excellent. The stars feature is a much needed feature, but at the same time, I can't help but rant about the game that it could have been, because it is such a shame. I suppose the one thing I should say is, as you see in here, you get stats at the end and what you've done and how well you've done, and it compares you and your friends. And in case you're wondering about the stars, basically doing the stars unlocks your characters and obviously achievements and that, so it is something that you're going to want to do if you're enjoying the game. And it's something that I'll end up doing myself on Insane with all of my mates, because it's pretty much the only thing we can really do until they finally release more maps before we start getting so incredibly sick of them. Which I'm kind of already at that on 2 or 3 of the maps, because I don't even think the design of them is all that great compared to the last one. But that is pretty much all I can say about the game. It's an odd one for me to classify. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I am very much in limbo with this game. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.